Okay. So let's give it just a minute. Let some people hop on because I knew that if I left the haul title on this video, that my subscribers were going to be lividly pissed. So we just started this live, so let's give it a minute. Let some people hop on. Say hello as you do hop on. Why is my chat not? Why does this look this way? There we go. You all say hello as you hop on. Let me know that you're in here, by the way. Let me know what you think of my new glasses. Say hello, everybody. Let me know that you guys can hear me and all the things. Say hello, say hello, say hello. Lauren Day, I see you in the comments. Who else is here? Say hello. Let me know who's here. Yasmin's here. Thank you, Yasmin. I love you guys so much. Harley's here. Hey, guys. I love you all so much. So, guys, listen, Linda. My video that I filmed, something happened to the footage. I don't know. We're not going to speculate. I have no idea what happened to this footage, but it is so bad. Like the sound quality, it sounds like there is like water running behind, like in the background. Like it sounds like I'm sitting in front of a waterfall. That's literally what it sounds like. By the way, if you want to know what's on my lips, this oil is the Jacqueline Cosmetics. I have Sweet Tea by Morphe as the liner, and there is a haul that I just did live. Also, if you didn't watch that live, I have an update for the podcast stuff. We are about a little less than $400 away from our goal for the podcast stuff. If you would like to donate to this channel, the link is in the, or not the link, my Cash App and my PayPal is in the description box. If you would like to donate to the podcast, I would really appreciate it. We are so close with what I had saved up and with what you guys have helped me with so far. We are less than $400 away. I cannot believe it, like that you guys believe in me that much. Like you guys believe in me that much that you guys have been willing to help me with getting these microphones and everything. And I wanted to show you guys exactly what I'm getting, just so you guys know. So I actually, thank you, Lauren. I actually decided to go with Guitar Center just because you was able to get more stuff for a better price. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me having to buy like microphones, the sound box, and the headphones like all separately, I was able to get like a bundle, if that makes sense. So this is what I'm going to be getting right here. I hope you guys can see that. But it comes with 4 microphones, 4 headphones, and the sound box. It's absolutely perfect. And it is like $1,200. But we're so close to goal. I'm so excited. I thank you guys so much for helping me out. I was really hoping there was going to be one person in here who has helped a lot towards the podcast stuff, but I don't see her in the comments. Hopefully she will join at some point because I would love to show her what she has helped do. Because also, Summa, if you come in here, thank you so much for your donation. I've shouted out everybody who's donated except for one person, and that's the one who's helped out a lot. She doesn't want me to shout her out, and I really hate it because I really want to, but anybody who's donated, thank you so much. You guys just don't understand how much I appreciate it. But let's go ahead and get into today's story time. So I updated you guys a couple of weeks ago and let you guys know that my stalker's girlfriend, well, ex-girlfriend, my stalker is now passed away. His girlfriend had reached out to me in email. So she had emailed my business email. And basically told me that she had been watching my channel and that she was sorry and basically wanted to make amends with me. And for me, that let off red flags and sirens because I have absolutely no interest in forming any type of relationship with her. They made my life complete hell for years, a decade, and I have no desire at all to keep in contact with them. So before I responded to her, which I did kind of respond to her in a live and also in a video, but before I actually like directly responded to her, I wanted to reach out to my attorney to make sure that what I was saying was what I needed to say. And he informed me that she needed to, realize that the restraining order and everything still stands. Like she is not supposed to have any direct communication with me. And the other way around, which I have literally no desire in having any type of communication with her whatsoever. But she decided to respond to my attorney, and that's what we're going to talk about today. By the way, please say hello when you hop on because there's one person that I want to give an update to. So if you are a viewer of mine regularly, say hello in the comments in the live chat so that I can give you an update because there's one person that I'm waiting on. Well, two, really. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's the issue. Okay, so my attorney reaches out to her, whatever. She responds to my attorney. Hold on. She responds to him and says, and she's so rude. Like the way that she responds is so rude. Like, anyways, hold on. I've got to go to my starred stuff here. Okay. So she starts to like number off things. And she's like, good afternoon, Morgan. Like, doesn't even like recognize that she's not speaking to me at all. She thinks like 100% that this is me. She does not think at all that this is like an attorney or anything. Like she thinks it's me. She's like, good afternoon, Morgan. I would like to let you know that I'm sorry that my daughter, insert her daughters, right, Lauren? Insert both of her daughters' names, are sorry. And we are not Waldo. Since Waldo's death, we have changed a lot of things. And guys, this is hard for me to read because her spelling is so incredibly terrible. Okay, please keep that in mind. Since Waldo's death, we have changed a lot of things in our lives and we have become better people because of that. Number one, I want to apologize for quote unquote, she puts quotes, making your life a living hell. Well, that right there, my dear, tells me that you don't give a shit. Because who in their right mind says something like that? Who in their right mind literally full on stalks somebody and doesn't think what they're doing is wrong? Then she says, number two, I want to say that my daughter, okay, my daughter only did what she did because Waldo asked her to, not because she wanted to. That does not change anything. Guys, I told you all that, what did I call them? Olive and Tulip, I think. Olive and Tulip, which the main one we're going to be talking about is Tulip, okay? Tulip, she was like in her 30s when this happened. I was like in my mid 20s when this happened. She pretended to be my best friend. Best friend. Got a job where I worked. Like you guys will know this entire story. By the way, there's people joining. Please say hello over in the comments because I'm waiting for one person to join so that I can give an update. So please say hello in the comments. Please, please, please. Then she says, number three, I understand that you might be scared of having a conversation with me. However, I think it would be in the best interest of us moving forward for you to have a grown up conversation with me so that we can talk everything out. It has been years. I see that you are doing well, and I just wanted to let you know that we are proud of you. Okay, listen. I do not give two shits to a stump if you are proud of me or not. I do not want any type of an apology from you, nor any communication with you. And I have made that abundantly clear. Like there's literally no more of a way that I could go any further and make that any more clear. Like I have straight up told you to leave me the fuck alone. And then she says, I feel you using your platform on YouTube, telling the story is an invitation for us to make amends. If you didn't want us to make amends, why would you share that story? Because it's my story, because it's my trauma, because it's my life, not because I want to hear from you. Because you and your boyfriend stalked me for a decade. And then you got your daughter involved, who was closer, not only she was close to my age, but we were 10 years apart. However, when she got the job, she lied to me about her age and told me that she was 26. So I thought that we were close in age, and we weren't. We were literally a decade apart. And I didn't find that out until everything came to an end, which you guys are getting that story this Thursday. And before that story even comes out, I want to just reiterate this. Like, number one, this is my story. Number two, the only reason that I'm telling this story is in hopes to help somebody, is in hopes that it will find somebody who is going through the same thing or is feeling alone. That is the reason why I will share my fucking story. I'm not going to have somebody else tell me the reason why I'm telling my story or if I should or shouldn't. Like, it's my story. But before that video comes out, please know that it is very traumatic, number one, and it is very triggering. So if you are triggered by sexual assault or stalking, it is definitely not going to be the video for you. I've told you guys my entire journey with this stalker. There's only small stories that are missing out of this full story. But for the better part, you guys know everything. And I'm not going to leave pieces out anymore. I'm not. Because I really do feel like that this story, what's happened to me in my life, is going to help somebody. And if only it helps one fucking person, that's what matters to me. She then goes on to leave me a fucking phone number, like I'm ever going to fucking call that. She also pleads for me to unblock not only her, but her two sicko daughters from Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. She then, are you guys ready for this? Is everybody listening, even the ones in the back? Put your wine down, because if you don't, you're going to drop it. And if you smoke cigarettes, you might want to light one or blaze it up, because you're about to fucking pass out. Are you ready to hear this? Also, wanted to send you something. I can't say what she wanted to send me, okay? Wanted to send me something. Just know she wanted to mail me something. Is your address, and inserts my address where I live currently. So obviously, this was very alerting to my attorney, and he calls me and he says, Morgan, I just want to let you know that she, is basically saying that since you're on YouTube telling your story, that she deserves an apology, and that you guys need to like talk it out, and that you should also forgive Olive and Tulip. And also, she basically confirms your address in this email. What do you want to do? No, they're not. None of them are sorry. None of that. This is what I have really figured out. Okay. Number one, none of, make sure I don't show any emails or I don't even give a fuck. Number one, none of them are sorry. That's number one. Okay. Number two, they, one, and guys, I'm telling you all that I am not saying this as whatever. Okay. I don't just call anybody crazy. Okay. But they are hands down crazy. And that just is going without being said, because anybody in their right mind, if I'm asked to leave someone alone, I don't continue to talk to them. Never in my life, after someone has said, like, I don't want to talk to you anymore, which, like, I can't think of anybody, but like, even when I was a kid and like I wasn't friends with someone anymore, like, I didn't continue to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so then I'm like, okay, but like, I want to know, like, how does she know where I live? She's still stalking you if she knows your current address. Well, see, here's the thing. I don't think so. I don't think so. And I'll tell you why. Because I'm very, very, very observant of my surroundings since all of this shit. Like, very, 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 like, crucial of what's going on around me. I watch everything in stores, even when I'm driving down the road. I am very aware of what's going on. If a car is behind me for too long, if a car behind me pulls into somewhere, like, everything because of the situation. And I haven't noticed anything like that. Not only that, but like, she even goes on in this email and gives me like her car's year, make, and model, and sends me a picture of the tag number, all in this email, which she sent it to my lawyer, but I guess she thinks it's me. It's not. It's my lawyer. He forwarded me the email though. Like, hey, Aaron. Hey, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of a pause just in case there are people on here who have helped with the podcast microphones and headphones and all that stuff. I just wanted to give you guys an update that we are so close, like literally so close. And I want to thank you all from the bottom of my fucking toes for helping with this podcast. Like, the fact that you guys believe in me, it means the fucking world. I love you guys so goddamn much. And to everyone who has helped with this podcast, I want you to know that I love you so fucking much. Every single one of you who have helped with this podcast, I love you so goddamn much. And if you have not helped with the podcast and you would like to, my PayPal and my Cash App is down below in the description box. Also, in the process of this, I have exchanged phone numbers with you guys and we've been texting, and it's just been so nice. So thank you all so much to those of you guys who have helped me. But let's get back into this shit, because you guys, this shit cannot be made up. Hold on. One of you guys are emailing me, so hold on. Okay, so I'm going to answer this email that I just got from one of you guys up here. I won't say who sent me the email because they want to remain anonymous. But we are like $360 away from goal. So we are super duper close to getting these microphones. We're $360 away, which I just cannot believe. So with what I had and then what you guys sent me, we're only $360 away. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm just going to answer that here. But let me go back to that. Okay. So like I said, she sends me a picture of her tag number. So at this point, my lawyer's like, what do you want to do? Do you want to, I was like, well, should we make like a report of this? Like, because back in the, like, the story times that I tell you guys now, like, that is when I was literally stupid. Like, I was young. I had no clue about nothing. I had no idea. So, now I've been through the shits, right? So now I don't play with that shit, like, at all. Like, you're telling me what my address is? What has happened, right? You have the right to tell your story. They should have never done that to you. See, I do that too after everything that's happened to me. Yeah, see, here's the thing, Harley. Like, I don't care that, like, I don't care that she's reaching out to my attorney because she's had that information for a long time. So, like, I don't care about that. What I care about is that it's been like 3 years, no, 5 years since I've heard from her, right? Because they represented themselves in court. Did I ever mention that to you guys? Obviously not, because I haven't told you guys about the court cases yet. That's coming. I'm going to do like a whole separate video about that. But when I say it was a goddamn circus, it was a goddamn circus. Not only that, but like they really were like Onision up in that bitch. Like they represented themselves, like were very odd. Like one of the first times that I went to court with Waldo, he was arrested because he tried to bring a gun inside of the courthouse. Yeah. So, anyways, I have to give you guys a little bit of, which just makes me very anxious, and this is triggering. So, if you are triggered by sexual assault, please exit out of this live now. I love you so much. We'll see you in the next one, but please exit out of this live now. I have to give you a little bit of, I guess, a little bit of the story that you're going to hear on Thursday. How everything ended with my stalker the last night, right? I have to tell you guys a little bit about what happened that night as a preface to what she means by, because she sent 2 emails. Okay. So this was the first email. She sends another one. So on the very last night when everything went down, Tulip had gotten a job, which, if you are new to this whole story, is my stalker's girlfriend's daughter. Now, keep in mind, at the time, she was like 30, between 34 and 36. I can't exactly remember, but she was between those ages. At the time, I was 24, and she had gotten, no. I was 26. Sorry. She had gotten a job at the same place as me. I had no idea who Tulip was, and we became friends. And I'm not going to give away the entire story, but basically I went to her house to spend the night one night thinking I was going to her house. And of course, she lived with Waldo and Wanda, my stalker and his girlfriend. His girlfriend, which I was very much aware of. I wasn't aware of her daughters. And as soon as I walked through the door, they locked the door behind me and I was raped. Now, there is a lot more to that story, which you guys will hear on Thursday. But this is my goddamn trauma, and this is my goddamn story. And what pisses me off is the next email. Okay? So this is after she has now let me know that she knows where I live, right? And has told me basically that I owe her some type of explanation or some type of sit down, and I need to accept her apology, some horse shit like that. So then, fuck, what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. So then she sends another email. And in this email, she decides to start it out with, this is the subject line. And still, at this point, she still thinks that she's directly emailing me. Even though in the beginning, when she originally reached out to me, she emailed my business email, which is morganbeauty.yt@gmail.com, like my YouTube business email. That's what she emailed me on. She then sends me another email thinking she's talking to me. well, she sends my lawyer an email this time, responds back again to my lawyer and says in the subject line about, and she puts the date, which I have to keep dates out to protect other people's privacy, but it was the day that I was raped, okay? Which, of course, I know that day by heart. I know that day very well. I'll never forget it. It's one of the most traumatizing days of my life. So as soon as he sends me this, like, my heart sank. And even before he sent it, he was like, I just want to confirm that you want this email. Like, it has to do with that night. And I'm like, yes, of course I do. I want to read the fucking email. I was drugged this night. I have no recollection. And mind you, she's been to court over this night. So this is a goddamn lie. Okay. Thank God for my boyfriend at the time. Like, he busted in the house, and thank God, because God only knows where this would have went. But she basically claims in this email that she was drugged. She had no idea what was going on that night. Waldo had drugged her and her daughters, and that they were under hypnosis, and basically says that they were under a spell. None of them had any idea what was going on at all. Then at the very end, she says, just want to confirm, is this your phone number? And puts my cell phone number. My actual cell phone number. So due to legal purposes, that is where everything has to leave off right now. I cannot go any further with the communication, with anything, until I decide exactly what I'm going to do. But you guys already know, as soon as I know what as soon as things happen and I'm able to tell you guys should already fucking know that you guys are going to know. That's just the way I roll over here. Like, this is my story. I'm not going to have some fucking freak show tell me that I can and can't tell certain parts of my own goddamn story. Like, you can suck my meat. Like, I am not about to have some fucking weirdo say, oh, this is what you can say and this is what you can't say. Because I will tell you to get fucked real quick. Like, I am not. That is what this platform has become for me. I thought that my calling for YouTube was to do makeup and all of this frivolous shit. It's not. It's to tell my story. You are 100% a survivor, and you are absolutely helping others by sharing your experience. That's literally all I want to hear. That's literally all I want to hear. Like, this is something I've worked for. And it's almost like she gets off on intruding on another thing that I've accomplished. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time that there's like a high in my life, I feel like this cunt has to just walk her fucking ass back in. Like, leave me alone. Leave me the fuck alone. And I'm in such a different place now. Like, bitch, I'm not playing with you. Like, I will literally take you to court. I will take you to court and sue you for harassment. Like, I literally will. I literally will. Like, I will eat ramen noodles for the rest of the year if that means that I take you to court and sue you for harassment. Like, I'm not playing with you anymore, like, at all. This is my platform. I will continue to tell the stories. You're not going to scare me. If that's what you're trying to do, is to scare me into keeping my mouth closed, you did not win. You will not win. I will continue to tell my story. And I know that you're in here because I see that there is 9 people watching, and my subscribers have been commenting in the comments. I know that you're hiding in the views. That's okay. That's perfectly fine. You can watch all that you want to. And I want you to hear this part loud and clear. I will continue to tell my story. You will not scare me at all. If you are embarrassed or ashamed of what you did, you should be. The fact that you tried to excuse what you did and say that you were drugged is the sorriest shit I've ever heard in my life. And if I thought of you, I honestly didn't think I could think of you any less than I already did. But you proved me wrong with that email. The only thing that I have ever asked of you, Waldo, Tulip, or Olive, your daughters, which we're just going to go ahead and say is Tilly and Olivia. The only thing that I have ever asked of you, Wanda, your daughters, Tilly, Olivia, or my stalker, Frank, is to leave me alone. That is all I ever asked of any of you. And if you think that I have built this platform and you're going to silence me and I'm not going to share my story with my viewers, you are sadly fucking mistaken. If there is one thing that you, Frank, Tilly, or Olivia did in all of those years of harassing me, is you made me a fucking bitch. That is one thing that you did. And I promise you this, if you've ever been given a promise before, one thing you can guarantee is that I keep mine. I will make your life hell if you continue to invade my privacy. If you continue to email myself or my attorney, I'm not going to put up with it. Anna, yes, they did. They did. So for those of you guys watching, I did just say real names, and I'm not scared anymore. I'm not. At first, when I first started telling this series, I was scared. I was scared of what could happen. And at this point, I'm not, because if the whole world knows who the fuck my stalker's name is, if I go missing tomorrow and you guys see my face plastered on the news, then you guys will be just another set of people who know who the fuck did it. Like, I am so done with these fuckers. And when Frank died, I really thought that all this was going to be over. I really did. And I hate that motherfucker even more. He ruined my like, that was my pappy's name. His name was Frank. And I loved him so much. And when this motherfucker entered my life, I really thought, like, I thought when he died, all this would be over. And it's really fucking sad that it's not. But yes, Anna, all of that info is going to be in the story time that's coming Thursday. So Thursday, again, like I mentioned, is going to be very triggering. We're going to talk about the night of my rape, the night that all of this came to an end, and the night that Tilly, Wanda's daughter, sorry, guys. I do not condone smoking, but I'm going to be smoking because I have let my emotions get the best of me, but it is what it is. Anyways, Thursday's video is going to be about the time that Tilly, Wanda's daughter, basically, whatever you call it, she got me to go to their home. And I was raped. And if it wouldn't have been for my boyfriend at the time, who we really weren't boyfriend, girlfriend at the time. We were actually on a break because of all this shit. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot to handle at the time. And we were on a break, and he, this shit is so fucked. Like, really. I had a weird vibe about the way that Tilly had went about asking me to come and stay the night with her, because I was 26 years old, and like, I thought it was very weird that a grown woman was begging me to stay the night at her house, because she had stayed at mine already. Which, now that I know what happened when she stayed the night at my house, it freaks me out. But anyways, she would always like beg me to stay at her house. And I was like, no, just come to mine. Like there was always like a reason for her to come to mine. And this particular day we had worked a double together and she was like, just come to my house. Like we'll have a few beers, like we'll hang out. It'll be fun. It'll be a girls' night. And I was like, you know what? Like I was going through like a weird phase with my boyfriend and I didn't want to be alone. So I was like, you know what? Fine, whatever. But something in my like heart of hearts and my gut told me like, tell Jacob where you're going, which was my boyfriend at the time. Like tell him where you're going. So I text Jacob and I'm like, hey, this is where I'm going to be. That was his real name. This is where I'm going to be. If you don't hear from me in an hour, come. Like that's how bad things were at this point. Like they were fucking bad. And he didn't hear from me after like 10 minutes because I like texting me. I texted him and said, hey, I'm here. And as soon as I walked through the door, I seen Waldo in the kitchen. Wanda was sitting on the couch. And Olivia, there was like a bedroom right here. She came out of the bedroom, locked the door behind me. And they sat in the living room while Waldo raped me. And thank God Jacob didn't hear from me. So he came with the police. Like he had that bad of a feeling. He had the police like follow him to their house. Premeditation. So there I was drugged too. Excuses total. Exactly. There is no way. Tilly had worked all day long. And like when the police got there, like I was completely blacked out. Like when all of that happened, which I'll go into more detail about all of this in Thursday's story time, but like I completely blacked out. Like it is the most traumatic shit I've ever been through. And if you've been through this too, then you know what I'm talking about. Like you almost feel like you're the disgusting person. And that's really sad to say out loud. I don't think I've ever admitted that out loud. But like when all of this shit happened, like I felt like the disgusting one, like something like I was gross. So I blacked a lot of things out. And if it wouldn't have been for my ex, like I wouldn't know 90% of the things I know about that night. But he said, that she was very much aware of what was going on. Like when they were handcuffing them, they were saying, that they just got there. They had no idea that I was even in there. They had no clue that Frank was there. Like all this shit, just a bunch of bullshit lies. Like just a bunch of bullshit lies. Like you all will understand more in Thursday's story time. But yeah, she's continued to email and email and email. She sent like 4 emails at this point. Until she was threatened with basically being sued. I basically threatened to file a report with the police, which would violate a restraining order if she didn't stop. And since then, I have not heard from her. So, and that offer still stands if you are watching this, Wanda. I mean, I would have never said your name or your daughter's names ever had you just left me the fuck alone. You guys know, if you go back to all of my story times about these sick fucks, have I ever said any of their names until she reached out to me? Nope, you won't find one. Because I never did. Because I was respectful of other people who were involved in the situation and to protect privacy. But at this point, I don't care. I don't care. I'm over it. I want to be left alone and I want to be able to tell my story because it is my story. So if you made it this far, I'm going to mention this one more time just because we are so close. But if you have not yet donated to the podcast, to the YouTube channel, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. We are so extremely close to the goal that we need to hit for my phones, my headphones, and the stuff. If you would like to support the channel, down in the description box is my Cash App and my PayPal. If you have any questions about, to be sure if you're sending it to the right person on PayPal, there is an email down in the description box as well. It's questions, the number 4, shay@gmail.com. If you have any questions, feel free to email me there, and I will talk with you and walk you through it or whatever. We'll FaceTime if we need to, whatever we need to do. I appreciate everyone who has helped me so far. We are extremely, extremely, extremely close. We're like $360 or $90 away from what we need to have. I'll check my savings really quick on this, and we'll see exactly how far we are from the goal. Okay. Put in my password. Hold on, guys. Okay, so with tax, it's $1,309. So we are $359, basically $360 away from what we need. $360. And then I can finally record the podcast and you guys can actually understand what I'm saying, because the set of microphones that I ordered the first time, I just ordered like a really expensive set off of Amazon, and they are fucking terrible. I returned them. They are the worst freaking set of microphones I think that I have ever had in my lifetime. They were so bad. So bad. So guys, I think I'm going to end the live here. Again, be sure that you do like this live and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thursday's video will probably be out around between 4 and 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So be sure that you do have your notifications on if you do want to hear that. I also do weekly lives, and they are always impromptu. So if you want to catch those lives, be sure you have your notifications cut on. Like the video. Be sure to help the channel out, you guys. We're so close to hitting this goal, and I love every single one of you guys who have helped. Actually, let me make sure that I shout out everybody. Let me go to my PayPal and my Cash App and make sure that everybody's shouted out. Again, there's one person who has helped several times, and she does not want to. She's made a couple of different donations, and she does not want to be shouted out, which is fine. I understand. But anyway, shout out to you. You know who you are, and I love you. And then there is Summer Morse. I want to say thank you for your $30 donation. I appreciate it so much. Every little bit is super duper important. We also have a $175 donation, two $200 donations. Thank you guys so much for your help. All of those ones that I didn't mention a name, they obviously do not want their name to be mentioned publicly, which is fine. I do understand that. And then let me go to Cash App. I think I've only had one person. How do I see? Maybe here. Yeah. Okay, Jessica Ortiz, thank you as well for your $20 donation. Thank you guys so much for all of your help towards the podcast stuff. It means so fucking much. You guys have no idea how much all of this means to me. It literally makes my day. But anyways, guys, I love you all, and until the very next time, bye, guys.